So you have constraint. Now, when you set constraint, what happens is uh, it will proportionally reduce width and height. If you change the width, you can see the height is also changing. If you change the height, width will also change. Now, this is what is known as aspect ratio. Aspect ratio, right? That is the proportion between the width and the height. So when I change the width, proportionally, the height will also change if you tick constraint here. Right, there you go. That's fine. Okay, let's add some text now. To add text, I'm going to go to the web. And I'm going to get some dummy text from this lorem ipsum. Just copy. Now, usually they give the text, right? They give the text in a Word document. Just copy it from there and paste. Right. Let's bring this down. Let's bring the image to the center. All right. Let's add a background color to this one as well. So right click, table or cell background. Now, what if they have given a color code? Oh yeah, so remove this transparency, this one, and give the hex color code right there. So let me give something like without the hash. Let's see whether we have to have the hashtag. How many numbers are there? How many digits are there? There should be 6, right? 2 for each color. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, it doesn't limit. So I'm trying. First, we'll try without the hashtag. AA54 FC. So these are hexadecimal numbers, right? So remember, it should be between 0 and F, and there should be 6 of them. The first 2 is for red, second 2 is for green, third 2 or the third pair is for blue, RGB. Oh, what happened? Nothing happened, right? So let's go back. Oh, there you go. Color is not made of a hash. Okay, so it looks like we have to give the hashtag, right? Let's give the hashtag. Perfect. So give it with the hashtag. Right click, table or cell background color with the hashtag, the hex color that they have given. So they will definitely give a color like this, right? Okay. Then the footer. For footer also, I'm going to give the same color. You can see it has the last bit color. So that's pretty easy. Right. And in the footer, they often ask you to add things like copyright. So we'll type copyright. And let's see whether we can get the copyright symbol. Do you have symbols? Insert. Characters and symbols, yeah, over here. Oh yeah, here. There you go. So how do you get it? Go to insert, characters and symbols, drop down the character, and select copyright. Simple. We'll make this center aligned. Right. So the copyright is also added. Can you recall some of the questions, web authoring questions? Then we can apply those changes to this. Oh, hyperlink. Let's find out how to hyperlink, right? So this is my design, the initial design. And I have designed the home page. Now, it's better if I have another title or a heading saying that this is the home page, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it right below this. right? Let's say they wanted you to add this as a heading 2 or something. Just go there, heading 2. But make sure that you don't increase the font size before that, right? Just have the plain text and then go and add heading 2. Right. What if they wanted to change the color of this? This is the font color, not the background color of the table. For cell, highlight. Now, where do we have the color for font? We don't, oh, it must be this one. Oh, yes, it's this one. So this is the background color and this is the foreground color. So you click on the foreground color, this one, right? Black. Okay, that's the foreground color. And as you can see, the text is black. So again, you can give a color code that they have given. AD BB 89. All right, that's fine. Then let's look at hyperlinking. Let's hyperlink these. So once you have designed the first page or the layout, make sure that you link all these buttons before you create the next page. Okay, now I'm going to save this page, file, save as, right? They need a title, right? Title is this one, which appears on the top of the title bar. So I'm going to give this as Edexcel. Here's some college homepage. Shruti, this is a good name for a tuition class, no?
Yes, sir.
Like Ashton College, Edexcel Pearson College. Okay, then you need to save this. Okay, save it. Now make sure that you have a separate folder for this, right? So if this is your, okay, let's say this, if this is your data files folder, I would recommend that you create a new folder called website and put everything there, right? Then you need to bring the images also here, only the required images. Right now, this is not a proper name for a file. So the first page has to be named as home, sorry, index.html. They'll be looking at this as well, right? The file name. Every home page should be named as index.html. Right, saved. Now in that folder, now if this is your data files folder, I would recommend that you create a separate folder called website and bring all the necessary ingredients into this website folder, which means especially the images. The images that you want to add to the web page, you copy, just copy from there and paste there. Because otherwise, what will happen is if you have these ingredients here and there, it will be really difficult to link. Now, for example, if you are bringing the image from this folder and if your HTML file is here, then that link has to go into the images folder and then to the image. But if you have everything inside this, it's just a matter of linking this page to the image, just the image link, right? So it will not be complicated if you have everything here. Right, now I have saved my first page, home page. I'm going to try this. I'm going to check this. Just double click and see whether it appears fine. Yeah, you can see it's almost filling the page width. There's a slight issue. That won't be a problem. Don't waste time on those. What you can do is if you want to get this in one whole screenshot, press Control minus to zoom out. Zoom out. Right? Zoom out, zoom in, Control plus. Problem is it goes 10 by 10. Na? Right? But it doesn't matter. But when you're taking the screenshot, remember to take the screenshot of the whole page like this, right? Like this. Because they want to see, oh, let me use this snipping tool. use the snipping tool to take the screenshot like this, because they want to see the name of the file here, and they want to see whether you have tested it in the browser. Many students, they crop, they take only this part. Right? That's wrong, right? Okay, so it's easy if you take the snipping tool to your taskbar. How can you do that? Press the Windows key, SNIPP, and then you right click on this and pin to taskbar. It's even more easier if you know the shortcut key to get a screenshot. Does anyone know the shortcut key to get a screenshot? Otherwise, you need to click on the snipping tool, then select it, and then close it, select it, then draw the area, and then you need to close this, and then only you go and paste. So if you know the shortcut key, it will be much more easier. Do you know the shortcut key for taking a screenshot? Yeah? Anyone?
No, sir.
No. Okay, I'm going to show you the screenshot shortcut key. That is the Windows key, Shift and S. Okay, Windows, Shift, S. So simple, but it doesn't pop up the screenshot, right? You don't see anything. Windows, Shift, S, and then you get this one over there. Select the area, that's it. It gets copied into the clipboard. And then what you do is you go to Word, find the question, the correct question, and just paste, Control V. Okay, so that's quite easy. Quite easy than using this, the normal snipping tool. Again, Windows, Shift, S, S for snipping tool. And then you draw, and then go there and paste. Okay, right. So now I have got the first page. Now what should you do? You should change, you should save the other pages. But before that, it's important that you link all these the buttons, navigation buttons. But otherwise, you'll have to open every page and link them separately. So let's see how we can link. Highlight this. Okay, I think the link is this one. Insert a new link. What is this one? Anchor. No, it should be this one, right? Link. Okay, now this should be linked to the home page. Now the home page name, it should be index.html. So just type index.html. So this will be linked to the same page, this page itself. Links is to be open. So if they ask you to open, if they ask you to set the link so that it opens in a new window or a new tab, you need to tick this one in a new window. Say it like that, in a new window. Right? If they don't want, doesn't matter, right? So let's check this out. Okay. So now you can see it's linked. Similarly, let's link these pages as well, but we haven't created them. So the question is, how are we going to name this? So just give a general name. So highlight. I'm going to give it as about.html. Right? The pages are not created even. Doesn't matter. Highlight this. Link gallery.html. Contact
Sir,
us. Yeah.
sir, can you to the home page again, sir?
What? Create the homepage again?
Yes,
Create the homepage again?
yes.
Are you crazy, man?
So I was creating it, and then something happened, and it got deleted.
Okay. That's why one of the students asked me to record this. It's all.
Okay, sir.
It's been recorded.
Okay, sir.
You, Sansari.
It got stuck, sir.
Okay, at the end of this, I will quickly show it without explaining, right?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Right. So I have linked all these. Now I'm ready to save this as separate pages because I have got only the home page. Now here you have to be careful, right? You should not overwrite the other pages. So the home page is done. Let's save. But when you want to save it as about us, you need to go for save as. Okay. So I'm going to save as. I think it's better you save as first and then do the changes. Otherwise, what will happen is you will change the content, pictures, and everything, and then you might accidentally overwrite. So the home page will be overwritten. So it's better you go and save this first. Save as, and how should you save it? About us. About.html. The same name that you gave for this link. Now that is saved. I'm going to again hit save as. This time it's for gallery. .html. Right, I'm not going to link this one, right? Contact us. So I have got three pages: home, about us, gallery. Okay, now you need to know where you are. You can see over here in the file name, you are in gallery. So if it is in gallery, I'm going to change this accordingly. This should be gallery, and this button color should be changed. So I'm going to put change this color to the previous color. Now, unfortunately, you don't have this color picker. Then you need to have an idea about the colors you use, right? So remember where you selected this color from. I'm just guessing this, maybe this one. Yeah, that's the one. So since I'm in gallery, I'm going to change the color of this to that green color. If you're not really sure about the colors, you can even copy this hexadecimal code and paste it in a notepad and keep. Right, so this is the gallery. And even this should be changed. I'm going to remove the text and have few images. Let's add the alternative text. And how did you reduce size? Just double click on the picture and dimensions, custom size, constraint, and reduce the size. Okay, I'm going to add another picture. Double click on the picture, dimensions. Right, then change. All right, so let's assume that this is my gallery. All right, so this is the gallery page. So I'm going to hit save. Now I'm going to open about us file, open file, about us. So luckily this has tabbed browsing. That's good. So you can see on the top, it says about.html. So I can change it now. About us, highlight, add it as H1, sorry, H2, no? We added H2. And then the color should be changed. Right click, background color. And we need to change the about us. Okay, and let's change the picture. Double click on the picture, dimensions, custom size. All right, so this is my about us page, right? Okay, so that's also done. Save. Now all 3 pages are done. We can go to file, open the home page. Right, so we have all 3 pages. This is the home page, index.html. This is the about us, and this is the gallery. Okay, now we are ready to test it. So let's go to publish and see what happens. No, not publish. It can't be published. No, it says upload to a new remote location. So browse. Yeah, browse. All right. So this is the home page. Let's click on about us. Right. That's the about us page. Now this is because we zoomed this out. About us also will zoom it out. Control minus. This one also will zoom out. Okay. Now home page, about us, gallery, contact us doesn't work. Yeah, that's fine. That's more than enough. You can see that they are all opening in new tabs because we set it to open in a new window, right? Okay, got it. Right, now the other important section in web authoring is extracting HTML code and performing some changes. Right, so for example, let's say they wanted you to extract the HTML code for this H1. First of all, if they wanted you to show the whole code for the page, you can right click and go to page source and copy this whole thing and paste. Right? If they ask, right? Line wrap. Shall we try line wrap? Yeah. Yeah. Luckily, it has used only HTML, no CSS. See, font color, BG color. That's all HTML. That's one of the reasons we went for Dreamweaver, right? Okay, so that's how you get the whole code. If they wanted you to show the code for this one and show that you have used H1 for this, you can simply right click on the title and go to inspect. Right now there you can see it says H1. So you can simply take a screenshot, or you can even copy the code. I think a screenshot would be better because that's a better proof than copying this and pasting. If you really want to copy this, just right click, copy, and select copy out HTML. No, copy element, yeah, copy element, and then paste. But this can be typed even, right? So that's why I think taking a screenshot would be better proof. Windows Shift S. So I would like to take a screenshot like this and paste here because it's perfect evidence H1 and this is also there, right? Similarly, if they wanted you to show how the image was inserted, you can right click on the image and go to inspect, and there you go, IMG. You should look for IMG. Okay, now there's a small problem. You can see the link, right? The link is not a relative link. It's an absolute link that this might have a problem when getting marks, right? So how can you remove that? All right. This happened because I didn't copy the pictures to that folder. Remember I told you, right? So let me show you. I'm going to take one of the images, copy it, and put it to this folder. Okay. Now I'm going to insert that image into the file, and let's see whether it gives a absolute link or a relative link. Okay, let me insert that image here. So this time the image is not there, it's inside the website, this one. Okay, double click, dimensions, custom size. All right, now let's save it. Let's go to the web, gallery. Okay, I'm going to extract, check the hyperlink for this one, right? The HTML, right click on the image, inspect. There you go. Right, can you see the difference, right? See the difference between this one and this one? This one just says image space 207. That is a relative link. Okay, but this one is not a relative link. Understand? Is that clear? Is that clear? Can you see here? This is that's yeah. So it will be complicated if you try to link the actual images. The images in the actual folder, the default folder. So it's always better to take the picture into your folder. Just copy and paste. So keep all the HTML files and the images in the same folder. Understand? Yeah. Okay. Right. Let's say they ask you to extract the HTML code for the link, one of the links, let's say about us. So let's say they wanted you to open the home page and get the link for about us. Again, right click on the about us and go to inspect. And this is the one, ahref. Right. So again, you can take a screenshot of that or copy ahref about.html. That's the code, right? What if they wanted you to change? Let's say they wanted you to change the background color of the footer. Well, then of course you will have to go to the editing mode, change the color, preview it. Okay, like this. Let's say right click, change the color. Let's say they gave another color, different color. And then save it. Go and refresh. Well, the thing is now I edited the gallery, right? So you need to be in the gallery and then right click on the footer, inspect. And okay, where is the color? Expand this. Here we go, BG color. That's the one, right? So take a screenshot of this. TD call span 2, row span 1, BG color. This is the color. Okay, understand? That's it. That's all. It's not a big deal. Okay. Shugit, okay? Shugit.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Any questions? Any other questions regarding web authoring? Let me know if you have. Since Shugit asked me to explain the creation of the page, I will quickly show it without explaining. I'm just going to do it pretty fast, right? Just keep watching, right? These rows I'm going to delete. Table delete rows. Okay, hold on. I'm going to show you a horizontal navigation in this one. A horizontal navigation. We had a vertical navigation earlier. So I'm going to use this one for horizontal navigation. These will be joined, and this one will be used for horizontal navigation. Can't split, so I'm going to insert another table.
How to split, sir?
No, I didn't split. I added another table. I inserted another table with a single row and 6 columns.
Okay, sir.
Then I'm going to have the links here. Right, so that's my horizontal navigation. Okay, clear? Any other questions? That's easy, right? Aaron, do you have any questions regarding web authoring?
No, sir.
Isumi?
No, sir.
Hanumi?
No.
Fine, no? Okay, Shashin, Shugit, okay, right? So let's continue with the
Yes,
paper,
sir.
shall we? What is the last question we did the other day? Can you remember? Did you do the database? Did we start database? We did, right? Yeah, I can remember this one. Yeah, form we did. Report also we have done, no? Yeah. Mail merge, no? Yeah, sure. I wonder whether there's a mail merge in this paper. Word processing is there. No, it's a leaflet, no? Okay, yeah, I'll show you. No problem. So let me finish this database. Where are we now? The report we did, right? Yeah, I think even this we did, right? We finished, right?
Yes, sir.
We finished, right? Okay, let me quickly jump to the spreadsheet, right? Because that's the other most important one. Now remember, to get database and spreadsheet done correctly, because you get most of the marks there, right? See, 25 marks for spreadsheet and 25, another 25 for database. So you get 50 out of the paper. 50 marks for these two. Right. Prestige Canal Holidays offer holidays on canals and rivers in France. Holidays in the UK will be available 2023. Spreadsheet holiday payments. Right. Holiday payments. Let's get holiday payments. All right. So you can see there are two worksheets. The spreadsheet holiday payments contains information on payments made for holidays. It has two worksheets. Insert a new row at the top of the spreadsheet and enter the heading holiday payments for 2023. Top of the spreadsheet. That means before payments, right? So what you do is you right click on the row number 1 heading and select insert. And then in A1, holiday payments for 2023. So enter it exactly as they have given, right? In the same case. Right. Merge cells, merge and center cells A1 to N1 and merge and center cells H1 to L12, H2 to L2, A1 to N1, merge and center. And merge and center H2 to L2, H2 to L2. Okay. Set the formatting of the merge cells to cell shading light color, font enhancement, bold and underline of the merge cells, right? This one and this one. You can shift and select both of them. No, do it separately because the merge is different. So cell shading, since you are taking screenshots only, you can put colors because you're not printing. Bold and underline. All right, no font size given. Lucian wants you to use spreadsheet tools to analyze this data in the spreadsheet. Guests pay monthly amounts for January to May. January to May. Monthly amounts, okay. Guest with outstanding balance after the payment in May will be contacted by phone to notify them with the final balance, right? So if they have still to be paid, there'll be a balance and they'll be notified. Use one spreadsheet function to display the holiday price for guest ID 101. Okay, before that, it's better you increase the widths of these. You can't see the data properly. So to increase the widths of the columns at once, you can click on the heading right there, right, on the letter, and drag and select all the columns and increase the width of one of them. Just take the mouse pointer between A and B. When you see the double-headed arrow, just click and drag. There you go, right? And this one, of course, you can do it separately because now you see the hashtags because there's not enough space. And even this, even you can double click in between, right? Just double click. All right. Now they want what? Holiday price for guest 101. Okay, where's holiday price? There you go. Right. You can see this guest belongs to a band, price band. So according to the price band, you need to fill the holiday price. If it is A, this amount. So this has to be done using VLOOKUP. Right? It's not the guest ID that we have to compare, it's the price band, right? Because this is the lookup table, and in the lookup table we have price band. And it's the price band which connects these two worksheets, price band and price band. Okay. Now be very careful when you're using VLOOKUP. How do you do it? First, you need to identify the common field. So now it's the price band. You're going to get holiday price. Click on the cell for 101 and insert the function VLOOKUP. If VLOOKUP isn't there, you can go to all and type VLOO really fast. VLOO really fast, right? And get VLOOKUP. All right. Lookup value is what we are going to compare. That is the price band. Table array is the lookup table, the whole lookup table. Where is that? That's in price bands worksheet. You select the whole table with the headings. And don't forget to make it absolute. How do you make it absolute? You press function key F4 on the keyboard. Function key F4, F1, F2, F3, F4. It adds the dollar signs and makes it absolute. It locks the cell range. Now the column index is the number of the column where we have the values to bring into this new worksheet. Can anyone tell me the column index? It is the number of the column where we want the values from.
So 2.
2, yes. So this is 1 and this is 2. It starts with 1, right? 1, 2. So we need 2. Range lookup. What do you do with the range lookup? If you remember, what do we do with
That's
the...
0 or false.
Yeah, we put it to 0 or false. Do you know why we do that? Why do you set it to 0 or false? Because when you put it to 0 or false, it will look for an exact match. It will look for an exact match. Even the tables are not sorted. Even the lookup table is unsorted, because VLOOKUP by default will not work if the tables are unsorted. Table in the sense, the lookup table. If the lookup table is unsorted, the VLOOKUP will not work by default if you don't put this range lookup. So to find an exact match, we have to put range lookup to 0 or false. Then we don't need to worry about sorting. If you don't put this, first you need to sort the lookup table and then apply VLOOKUP without putting this value. If you put this value, you don't need to worry about sorting, because sometimes even now in this case, I think they have already sorted it, but sometimes they will purposely unsort and give that table. So make sure that this is 0 or false. All right, so it's always better to check whether the value is correct. Band B should be 1000, 200. Perfect. If you really want to see whether these are connected, you can simply change this value and see whether that gets changed. There you go. So it's correct, right? Undo, Control Z. Right, what do they want us to do? Enter formula to calculate the balance for guest 101. So they haven't asked us to copy it to other cells. We'll do it later. Enter formula to calculate the balance for guest ID 101. Okay, how do you get the balance? Yeah, holiday price is 1200, but this guy has paid 180 in January, 200 in February, 280 in March, 200 in April, 180 in May. So can anyone tell me how do you find the balance? First you question, don't try to add the formula straight away, right? First you question how this has to be done. By the way, it's Mr. Jai Singh. Pathiran is also there. Al is also there. Peer is also there. Dias is also there. Right. So how do you get the balance? This is the holiday price, but this guy has paid in installments, right? That's what they say, right? Monthly amounts. And we have to find the balance. So this is simple, no? Yeah. Can anyone tell me? How should we do this? I mean, don't think about the formula. Just tell me how this can be done. You have the holiday price that he has to pay. He has paid in monthly installments. Now I want to find the balance that he has to pay. Come on. Yeah. Tanumi, can you tell me? How would you find the balance? Tanumi? Doesn't matter if it gets wrong. Just tell me something. This is what he has to pay. This is what he has paid monthly. I need to find the balance that he has to pay. Tanvi? Ara? Isumi?
So we should subtract from 1,200 the ones you have paid.
Yeah, that's correct, right? So first we need to add all these together to find the total amount that he has paid. And then that amount has to be deducted from the holiday price to find the balance payment that he has to make. Okay. So there's no column to get the total of this, which means we have to do it inside the same function, right? So how do you do this? Equals, you can use the sum function to add all these together. Sum, open bracket, and then you select all these monthly payments, and you can just press enter, doesn't matter. So now you can see he has paid this amount, but this has to be deducted from holiday price. So now what you can do is you can go to the formula bar right there. It doesn't matter, like you press enter, no problem. You can always go and edit your formula. And just before the sum, you can refer to this cell. So never type the value, select the cell address, right? Select this, G4. So it should be G4 minus the sum of H4 to L4. So this is the amount he has paid. This is the amount that he has to pay. And this will give you the balance. Enter. There you go. Okay, Tanvi?
Yes.
Right. Use one spreadsheet function in notes column to display the message phone guest if the guest 101 has a balance to pay. If the message is not displayed, the cell must remain blank. All right. So how do you do this one? What is the function that they are talking about? Anyone? We need to put a text as phone guest, but we need to check what is the formula or the function that we had to use. Come on, anyone, quickly.
The VLOOKUP.
No, not VLOOKUP. VLOOKUP is used to bring values from another worksheet into this worksheet. I mean, here I need to check whether there's a balance. If there's a balance.
Sum function.
A sum function is used to add all the numbers.
So if function.
If we need to check whether there's a balance. If. So select the cell, click on FX, insert the if function. You go to most recently used. If should be there. Double click. Right now, functions like if, VLOOKUP, don't try to type. It's easy if you insert, right? So logical test is the condition. What is the condition? You check whether there's a balance. Can anyone tell me how do you know that there's a balance? By looking at the balance cell, how do you know that there's a balance? Or how do you know that there's no balance? Yeah. How do you know that there's a balance?
If it is greater than 0,
Yeah, if there's a value, if there's a number, that means there's a balance, right? If it is 0 or if it is blank, then there's no balance. Okay, so the technique we have to use is if the balance is greater than 0, there's a balance. If the value is greater than 0, there's a balance. Greater than 0 means 1 and above, right? If it is true, we have to display phone guest. Just type. You don't need to put double quote, just type, right? If false, they want you to keep it blank. So if you just say okay here and copy down, what will happen is it will appear as false if the balance is not there, right? So we need to fill that. So I have already entered it. So how do I go and change? Select the cell. You can change it by clicking here, or else since this is a function that I added, it's better to click on fx. I didn't type this function, no, I inserted. So you click on insert function again, and then it'll open the editable window. Right now, for false, how do you add blank? Well, this is how we do it. You need to put 2 double quotes, a pair of double quotes, right? Double quotes, double quotes. That will set the cell to blank. Okay, and there you go. Now it's blank. Otherwise, it comes as false. All right. Now they ask you to replicate the functions and formally completed for guest 101 for all the other guests, right? So now what do you do? Just select this and drag it, click on the fill handle, the tiny square there, click on the cross. Using the cross, you drag that downwards and do the same for these two. You can do this together. Just highlight both cells and drag. Simple. Okay, so that's the hardest part, by the way. Even though I say simple, it's the hardest part in the spreadsheet question. Once you get that, you can proceed confidently. If you don't get that,
can you do that one more time, sir?
eh?
Can you do that one more time, sir?
One more time,
Yes, sir.
the whole thing.
No, sir, only that part.
Which part? The VLOOKUP and this one.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. Right. Watch again. So the VLOOKUP has to be added here. We should be comparing the price band. FX VLOOKUP. If VLOOKUP wasn't there, you go to all and type VLOO really fast. VLOOKUP. Lookup value is the price band. Table array is the lookup table, which is this whole thing. Right? And make sure that you don't click anywhere else, right? Because the moment you click, it will add all those cell addresses. If you get VLOOKUP wrong, just cancel it and do it again. That's the best thing. And then we need to make this absolute by pressing F4, function key F4, and the column index will be 2, range lookup will be 0 or false, enter. And then balance is this one minus the sum of all these monthly values, right? So equals G4 minus, then sum, open bracket, select all the monthly payments, close bracket, and enter. Notes, that's if function, fx, most recently used. If logical test is checking the balance, if the balance is greater than 0, then we need to phone the guest. And if it is false, we don't phone, we just leave it blank. To leave it blank, you need to put double quotes, double quotes. That's all. And then you highlight and drag this downwards. You can see some of them are minus. Did you get minus earlier? Did you get minus earlier? Yeah. Let's find out what this total is. Sum open record. So we need to fill this first. Yeah, I have already copied the formulas here. Once you fill that, this will be all right, right? So this time you can see this guy has to pay 1,200 and he has paid 1,200. That's why the balance is 0. And if the balance is 0, we don't need to phone the guest. Right. I'm going to take a 10 minutes break. Shuvit,
Okay, sir.
can you do the spreadsheet up to this point on your own?
Okay, sir.
I'll come back in 10 minutes. I think you have the files, right? I have shared the files last time.
Yes, yes.
Tanvi, you have the files? Have you downloaded the files? Yeah. So can you do this task? Which, pardon? You have downloaded the files? You have got the
Sir?
files? Yeah. Tanvi?
Yeah, yes, I have the files. I have the files.
Tanvi?
Yes.
Yeah. So can you do this task 1, 2, 3, 4? These 4 questions that I just showed you. Because I'm going to take a 10 minutes break. I'll be back very soon. Can you do it on your own and see whether you can get it right? That's the holiday price. We look up balance and the notes. All right, go ahead, right?
Oh, seriously, why is it? Yeah, sir.
Yeah. Did you manage to do it? Any questions? Shugit, Tanvi?
Okay, sir. Thanks, sir.
All right, okay, great. Right. Enter a formula to calculate the average monthly. Tanvi, are you there? Tanvi, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Tanvi? All right, okay. So enter formula to calculate the average monthly payment for January and replicate this for other months, right? So what does that mean? Average monthly payment. So this is the January payment, right? So you had to find out what's the average payment that these people have done. What's the formula we had to use? What's the function we had to use? This one, average monthly payment. Yeah. Shugit, Tanvi, what's the function we had to use? Ayyo, that's easy, I mean.
So the average function is it?
Average function, right? So average function, we
Yes.
don't type, we can insert, right? So select
Yes.
the cell. This it should be this cell, right? Not this one, because they had
Yes,
given
yes.
a label there. FX, and then look for most recently used. If average isn't there, look for all, and then type AVER. Pretty fast, right? AVER. You type it fast, otherwise it scrolls to A, then V, like that. So AVER. Okay. And then you can even type average function. That's also fine. Equals average, open bracket, and then just select the cell range. Just select the cell range and then close bracket, end. Okay. And then you need to copy it to other cells and replicate this for other months. So how do you do that? So select this cell, click on the fill handle and drag to other months. Got it? All right. Thanumi, if you have any questions, any doubts, let me know. Right. Enter formula to calculate the total balance outstanding. Total balance outstanding. What is total balance outstanding? What does that mean? Thanumi, can you tell me? What is the total balance outstanding? What does that mean? Thanumi? Thanumi?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. What is the what do you mean by total balance outstanding?
The balance left.
I can't hear you probably. Total balance outstanding means?
The balance that has to be paid.
Yeah, we need to get the total of all the balances here. Right. So what is the function, Shugit? To find the total balance outstanding?
So is it
Hey, why do you have to think this much?
so count?
It's a total, man, total.
So max.
Ayyo. I said total, hello, total.
So sum.
Sum. Right, total. You take total using sum. Count you
Yes,
use to
yes,
count the number of records.
yes,
Okay, max is used to find the maximum number. So here,
yes.
total. So it's equals SUM sum, then open bracket, and then you select all these cells, and then you close the bracket and press enter. That's the total outstanding. Right? These are the average amounts that people have paid, and this is the total that we need to get collected. Right? All right. Include the name range. No, before that. Use spreadsheet functions to display the number of band A holidays. Cost of cheapest holiday. Right. Oh, by the way, total balance outstanding should be in this row. So now see what I'm going to do is I have already added this function. You can click on the border and drag it downwards. Right, that's easy. Than having to enter the form function again. Just click on the border and drag it down. Okay. Number of band A holidays. Now they're asking how many. Number means how many. How many band A holidays are there? So what's the function we have to use? If it is how many band A holidays are there? Tanvi, you also can tell what's the function we had to use. Yeah. Tanvi? They're asking how many band A's are there. So what's the function we had to use? Sugit? Sugit?
They're asking how many bands. So
How many? When they say how many? Okay, if someone asks you how
the
many,
count.
count, right? It's the count.
Yes.
function. So how do you use the count function? Oh, hold on. It's not just count. It has to be
Count.
count if.
Count if. Yeah. Count if. Yeah.
Why? Because we are not counting all the bands. We are counting only the band A's, right?
Band if. Yeah.
Okay, Tanvi? It should be count A.
Okay.
So count if, right? So you go to fx and look for count if COUNTIF, COUNTIF. Type it fast, count if. Okay, so this is easy. Count if. First the range is all these bands. And then criteria should be band A. Now band A, you need to type it as exactly as it is, band A. Case is not a problem, but you need to keep the space, right? There you go, right? So it doesn't matter whether it is lowercase or uppercase, but it has to be the same format, like the space should be there. Band A, there are 6 band A's. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Understand, Tanvi? Count if?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Right. So if you have any doubts, any questions, let me know. Huh? I still can't hear you properly. Voice is too low. Cost of cheapest holiday. Cheapest holiday. So how do you find the cheapest holiday, Shugit? These are the holiday prices. So how do you find the cheapest?
So for that we can use.
No, I mean cheapest would be the lowest value, right? So how do you find the lowest value? Lowest holiday value?
The minimum minus.
Min function, right? So it's equals min, open bracket, and select the range, and close bracket, enter. Min is 700, right? All right, so the first part is done. Include a name range, holiday price bands for cell A3 to B6 in the price bands worksheet. Okay, so price bands A3 to B6. A3 to B6. They want you to put a holiday price name range. Name range means now this is this range is A3 to B6. If you give a name to represent that range, that is called name range. Now, how do you do that? You have to go to this name box. This area is called the name box, and just type this name. Right? It's a label that you give to this range. So holiday price bands. Holiday underscore price bands. Right? So just type it in the name box, holiday underscore price underscore bands, and then press enter. Right now, what happens is this label will be added to this range. Okay, so the advantage is that instead of referring to A3 to B6, you can simply use the name. You can simply use the name to refer to this range, right? So like this, let's see, holiday price bands. See, when I type like that, it gets highlighted. So instead of using A3 to B6, we can use the label. Understand? Is that clear? Understand? Is that clear? Yeah. So a name range can be given
Yes, sir.
to any cell. Select the cell, go to the name box and type a label and then press enter. And after that, you can use that in your formula, right? So something like this, let's say 56, 6, right? So let's say I want to add all these together. So normally what we do is equals sum, open bracket, and then select all the cells, close bracket and enter, right? Now, if I give a name range for this one, highlight all the values and then go to the name box and type, let's say values or something and press enter. This time, if I want the total equals sum values, just give the name of that range. See the advantage? I don't need to select the range. If I know the label that was that is associated with the range, I can simply put the label. Understand? Clear? Follow me?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Insert a footer that includes your name, candidate number, and so on and so, right? So that is how to insert the footer. You go to insert, head and footer, head and footer, head and footer right here, head and footer. And you need to go to footer and type your details there. Okay, right. And then you are still in the head and footer view. You need to come back from the head and footer view. So you click right there. You have the normal view, the grid. Click on the grid. You come back to normal view. Right. All right. Format the payments worksheet so that the currency values show the euro symbol with 2 decimal places, right? So where are the currencies we have? We have currencies in here, right? Euro with 2 decimal places, right? So first you select the currency symbol from here, euro, and already it has added the 2 decimal places. You can keep it as accounting or you can even change it to currency. That's up to you. If it is currency, you can see the symbol is right near the number. If you go to counting, you can see there's a fixed space between the symbol and the number. Right? Anything is fine. Right? I'm going to copy the formatting of this and paste it into this one, right? That's called format painter, this one. So you select one of the formattings already there, click on format painter and just drag and select and drag. There you go, right? So it's pretty easy. Again, for these, I'm going to apply the same. So select one of these, click on format painter and just highlight the prices. I'm going to do the same thing for the outstanding balance. Select already selected these, click on the format painter and select the outstanding balance. Simple as that. Okay, got it. And even this one, right? Select format painter, and so that will reduce time, save time for you. Okay, understood. Any questions? Shugit, Thanami,
No, sir.
Thanami, did you understand the format painter?
Yes.
Format the payments worksheet so that currency. Yeah. Row headings use text wrap. to use the space efficiently, right? What is text wrap? Text wrap is putting the text into multiple lines, right? So what you can do is you can highlight the headings and select wrap text here, wrap text option, right? But you won't see the effect until you reduce the width of the column and increase the height of the row. So increase the height of the row and reduce the width of the column so that it jumps to the next row, like in this case. So there's nothing much to wrap here because the data items are more longer than the heading. Well, this one you can do it. Band, let's try band, reduce the, yeah, band also you can do it like that. Let's try hold the price. Yeah, but make sure that the data can be seen clearly. Yeah, guest name of course will not work because see, now the names are getting truncated. So you need the, oh, this one you can do, guest title. Use just a few letters. And maybe even this one. Yeah, that's right. So that's what text wrapping is, okay? Text wrapping. Right. Grid lines and row column headings are displayed when spreadsheet is printed. So how do you do that? You go to file, print, and there you go to page setup, and then you go to sheet, and there you have thick grid lines and row and column headings. And then it gets printed like this with the lines in between as well as the headings. Okay, and you can see that this has 4 pages. But that's not a problem. Let's see whether they want a screenshot to be attached. When printed, all the data is visible and the values would print on no more than 2 pages. The formula would print on no more than 4 pages. All right, so I think the printing comes later on, right? Well, they haven't told us to do anything, right? Isn't it, Shugit? There's no question. I mean, they haven't asked us to take screenshots in this, right?
Yes, sir.
Which means they're going to check. They're going to open your file and check.
Sir, they didn't give a screenshot slot in the Word document.
It said.
No, sir. In the Word document, there were 3 screenshot slots, but that was for the starting, sir. After that, there was no screenshots.
For spreadsheets.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the thing. So since they haven't asked you to take screenshots, you don't need to take, which means that they're going to open your file and check.
So only for access they asked.
Yeah. So when printed, all data is visible and values would not print more than 2 pages, right? So how do you get that? So these are the values. So if you go to print, file print, you can see that this has jumped to 4 pages, by the way. Right, these are the values. So that's too much, right? So how do you reduce it to, I'm going to reduce the height of this. Then now you can see these scattered lines, they show the boundary. You can see some of them have jumped to the other pages from this side as well. So let's go to page layout and check whether it is A4. A4 is fine. Let's go to margins and select narrow margins, right? Right, still the problem is there. Well, the other thing we can do is we can select the whole sheet. If you want to select the whole sheet, you can just click right there, right this corner, which will select the whole sheet, and then let's reduce the font size. That's what we can do. Still it goes below this, right? File, print. All right, now it's right. It's down to 2 pages. Can you see? It's down to 2 pages now. That's what they wanted. And then they want the formula view to be in formula would print on no more than 4 pages. Right, but the question is now, if you set it to formula view, then how do you show the evidence? Okay, let's switch this to formula view. In that case, I would, if I were you, I would save this with a different file name. So I will have this for the values, and I would save this as formula view. Right, then there won't be any issues. So then I will format this to have formula views. How do you set it to formula view? You go to formulas and select show formulas. Now, when you go to show formulas, this is going to be really long because of the formula size. And then you need to reduce the width of these columns. Since you have put wrap text, you can reduce it further so that it jumps to multiple lines like that. Reduce as much as you can, but increase the widths of the columns where you have formulas. That's what they want to see, right? So that's formulas, show formula. So you can even double click or reduce further as much as you can. Right, you can see that this is going out of the border. Can reduce further. This line. Oh, by the way, this can be set it to oh, it's already in landscape. So you need to reduce it further. All right, now it's fine. Now, even if you overlap some of these columns, it doesn't matter, because what they want you to show is the formula. In formula view, they are looking at these. Right, they don't mind the data, right? Okay, now can you see? They can't see the average. So just showing one of the averages would be fine. Right there. And you can see the count if is truncated, so you need to expand it again. So this is why you have to be very careful in this view. But that's why they have given up to 4 pages is fine. So you don't have to worry. Even if you expand this, that's fine. That's okay. Right. Okay, now if you go to file, print, there you go. We have perfectly 4 pages. That's their requirement. Up to 4 pages is allowed. Right. So what I did was I saved this as a separate file and named it as formula view, so that they can easily find out what my formula view is and what my value view is. Okay, understand? Right. Otherwise, switching back and forth between formula view and value will not allow me to give proper evidence. Right, now I'm going to load the other workbook, which has the formula, the value view. And let me close the formula view. Understand? Right? So you also manage your work like that, right? Okay. Shugit? Tanvi?
Okay, sir.
Tanvi, okay? Okay. You have the exam on 22nd, right? All of you. So we have tomorrow and day after. Right. Tanvi, okay? All right.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Lucian wants to see some information for band A holiday booked. Filter some information for band A holidays booked. Filter the payments worksheet to show band A holiday booked only. Right. So that's called filter. to apply filter, you need to click on one of the headings here, go to data and select filter. And then you need only the information for band A. So now what you do is you drop down what is this price band and deselect everything and select band A only. There you go. Simple as that. Display the guest name, holiday date, and balance. Guest name. Okay, since now you can't really see all this. No, you can't. Right, guest name. Guest name is this one. So they want you to show guest name. Right, don't remove the filter, then you will lose it. So again, I'm going to apply the filter, deselect everything, band A. All right. So they want you to show guest name, holiday date, and balance. Holiday date and balance only. So what can you do for others? Yeah. Why don't I have the, oh, looks like I have, where are the formulas here? Okay, for some reason the formulas are gone. Let me add this formula again, right? So this should be, we lookup value is band, table array is price bands. Oh, I know the reason. Can you tell me the reason why the formulas went off? Can you? Any guesses? I think it's because we gave a name range, remember? We changed. Maybe that's why. So I'm copying it again. And the balance has to be calculated again. That's holiday price minus sum of all these. And the notes is if balance is greater than 0, phone guest, else double quotes to leave it blank. Okay, the whole thing. Okay, even these have gone, right? Right, doesn't matter. Select this filter. How do you get the filter? Filter and drop this down, band A. All right, so they want only the guest name, holiday date, and balance. What do you do to others then? What do you do to other columns then? If they want only these columns, what do you do to other columns?
So we hide them.
That's right, we hide them, right? So how do you do the hiding? You highlight A to B and then right click and hide. Okay, then you hide this one, just right click on the heading, hide, and then we don't want any of these. Highlight, right click, hide.
Sir?
Yeah.
So will Photoshop come first?
Photoshop?
Yes, Photoshop.
But now instead of Photoshop, we have been using Paint, no?
Yes, sir.
So do you want Photoshop also?
No, sir. Paint is enough. No, sir. In the school, they give a paper.
Yeah.
In that, they said all the apps that is in the computer.
Yeah, but Paint will be there, no, anyway.
Yes, the paint will be there anyway.
So even this question, the graphic question, it didn't have much, right? So we could done it with we could do it with Paint.
Yes, sir, we can do it with paints. Yeah.
Yeah, Paint is sufficient, right?
So in the paper, sir, there was composer.
Hmm.
Dreamweaver CS6.
Right. Okay. The available software, no?
Yes, Photoshop CS6 and MS Access, Excel, PowerPoint, and yes.
Right. Okay. Right.
So then we can use Paint, no, sir?
Yeah, use paint. That's sufficient, right?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
So now we have filtered this out, and we have hidden some of the columns. If you want to get back those columns, you need to highlight in between the hidden, between these columns, and then right click and select unhide. Then the hidden column will come out, right? Finally, the chart. Lucian wants to create a chart to display the information from the price bands worksheet. The chart must be fit for purpose, have suitable title, have suitable X and Y labels. Chart to display the information from the price bands. Price bands. That means this one, right? This should be put into a chart. So the most suitable chart type for this one would be a column chart, because we are comparing the price bands. So how do you draw the chart? You highlight the whole table with the headings and go to insert and select chart, 2D column chart. It's so easy, right? And then you need to give the titles. First here, double click and triple click to select everything. Price bands. Right, and then you need to give the axis titles, horizontal and vertical axis. Select the chart and go to chart design, add chart element, axis titles, primary horizontal and primary vertical. If it is a different version, you will have something called layout. So you can go to layout and select these options, right? But anyhow, it will be primary horizontal and primary vertical. So horizontal, go back, axis titles, primary vertical, just double click. This will be the price, and this will be the band. We'll put pounds as well, right? Okay, if the pound is not there on the keyboard, how do you insert the pound? Symbol. Do you have the pound here? Yeah, over here. So insert it as a symbol. Just select there, go to insert symbol and pound. Okay, that's the chart. All right. Then some theory questions. Now, sometimes they ask you to draw the chart on the filtered records. So let me show you how to get the balance and the guest name, a chart against the guest name and the balance. So select the guest name. Now this is already filtered, right? So select the guest name. And since the balance is on another column, you need to press Control after selecting the first range. Press Control and then select the balance at a stretch. Do not click and wait, right? Just select the first range, press Control. While pressing Control, select the second range. Go to Insert. There you go. So you can see Ali doesn't have any balance because he has paid everything. Senanaga doesn't have anything, right? That's how you get a chart on filtered records. Make sure that you don't remove the filter. When you remove the filter, this will also change. That's how you get it. Understand? Is that clear? Tanvi?
Yes, sir.
And there are different chart types. And that's the purpose of each chart type. This is used to compare the values. Pie chart is used to show contribution of individual values to a major value, like let's say percentage of students belonging to different houses in a school, something like that. And then line chart is used to show progress, like the sales over the previous 5 years, something like that, progress. And then you have the scattergram, which is this one. Now, scattergram is used to show how two values are dependent on each other, right? How two values are correlated, correlation of two values. Something like weight and height comparison of a range of a sample of animals. So you don't select the individual animals there, because we are taking it as one whole sample. We are just comparing their height and the weight. So just select height and weight and add it as a scattergram in a scenario like that. We are just comparing the two values, height and weight. We are not comparing the height and weight of each and every individual animal there. You take it as a sample, one whole sample, and you compare height and weight. That's all. So those are the applications of different types of charts, right? Okay, finally, answer these questions in the document evidence. State what the function product A1, A3, A4 means. Right, now, do you know what product function does? Product. In maths, what do you mean by product? Yeah. Okay. Follow me.
So it
What is
checks
product?
the cells. It checks the cells.
Mono? Checks the cell.
No, sir, no, sir.
Follow me. What is product? Product is multiplication. It's another name for multiplication, right? So this will multiply the values in A1, A3, and A4. Simple as that. It will multiply all these values, right? Because normally when we use multiplication symbol, we multiply only two values. But what if we want to multiply a series of values? So A3 multiplied by A1 multiplied by A3 multiplied by A4. That's what it means. Okay. Give one reason why a name range is used in spreadsheets. Well, you saw the application of name range. I demonstrated it. Now, how do you put it into an answer? The advantage or the purpose? Well, if you now, because of name range, you don't need to remember the cell range. You don't need to select or remember the cell range. Instead, just remember the label given to the range, right? So the advantage is this makes it easier to apply, to use the range, to use the range in a formula. All right. That's the purpose of name range, right? Where do you add the name range? You go to name box, you highlight the cells, go to name box and type a label and then press enter. Explain one reason why absolute cell referencing is used in spreadsheet formula. Now remember, we had to use absolute cell referencing in VLOOKUP, right? What does it do? It locks the cells, right? It locks the cells, cell range, cell range, so that when you copy a formula to multiple cells, it will not increment the cell addresses, which can cause wrong results being produced. Okay, it will lock the cells. If you want to refer to the same cell or cell range when you copy a formula, you have to make it absolute, which will stop the cell addresses being incremented. Okay, understood? Clear?
Yes, sir.
Any questions, Tanami? So I'll publish the recording in a moment. We'll meet tomorrow and day after as well, because we need to do the PowerPoint of this one, the newsletter, and then someone asked me to do mail merge. So we'll do those on Monday and Tuesday. Okay. Maybe for 1 hour, depending on the time. Hanumi, do you have any other exams before 27? I mean, tomorrow, day after?
No, sir.
Right. Sugit, you also don't have, right? Sugit?
I am on 21st, sir.
21st you have, right? Okay. So
Yes.
anyway, we will meet for at least 1 hour in these 2 days, so that I can finish this paper and take mail merge, just in case if it comes. Right, you can see that 2023 doesn't have mail merge,
Yes.
but
So
definitely,
2023 doesn't have new years.
yeah, definitely. I'm pretty much sure Dreamweaver is going to be. I mean, web authoring is going to be there. So you practice Composer, and we can expect mail merge also, because in here word processing has leaflet design. So most probably mail merge might be there, right? Graphic is there, database presentation is there, spreadsheet, word processing, yeah. All right, so then I'll meet you tomorrow and day after, right? See you then. See you.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Bye, sir.